is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Tottenham transfer news show. People should know what's going on right now. Kudus to Tottenham is warming up as he prioritizes a move to Tottenham over Chelsea, over all other Premier League clubs. He wants to come to the right side of North London. So he's going to be heading over to Tottenham. A bid was rejected last night or the night before of 50 plus £5 million in add-ons, which, to be fair, we was actually told a few weeks ago, I'll say a week or two ago, that Spurs had put in a bid for him by Paul O'Keefe that was already rejected for that amount. So not too sure if this was late news. Don't know if this was late news from Ornstein and so on, but what we have seen, and from, to be fair, this morning, the most recent update has been this from Fabrizio Romano, and that is literally this. Understand, Mohamed Kudus is not talking to any other club at this stage. He wants Tottenham move. Kudus already said yes to Spurs project, and club-to-club talks with West Ham will continue soon. Clear intention is to join Spurs. So if you couldn't be clear enough for the Chelsea fans out there that are watching, the ones that came over from Chez's channel, big up to Chez for the raid. Kudus wants Tottenham. He ain't going to Chelsea now. Yeah, man like Don all coming in constantly last week, midday live, promising me he's not choosing Tottenham over Chelsea. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Well, it looks well and truly like the Tottenham move is the one that's going to be happening, because it wasn't just Fabrizio that reported it. It was also Plettenberg that reported it, saying that the move, Kudus is very open to a move. His agency Roof are leading the negotiations. He did mention that Kudus has a few options, but one thing that has been told is that Sammy Mockbell also come out within the last 45 minutes, say Chelsea did hold talks regarding the move for Mohamed Kudus, but it is understood a move to Stamford Bridge is unlikely. So pretty much there's been bombshell after bombshell dropped over these last day or two on this Kudus move. Spurs are accelerating the talks to try and make this happen as soon as possible. For those of you that watch me regularly, you would know I predicted Spurs need to get this deal done before the 8th of July. The 8th of July gives us a strong week to maneuver this deal, but also you want him in training nice and early. Get the deal wrapped up. We can focus on our other marquee signings outside of that, but get the first big player in. Get him in now. And that's what it looks like Spurs are looking to do. So on that note, big moves are gone. Spurs are doing things. We can put a smile on our face. We can finally be happy about the business our club is doing. So make sure, if you're a Spurs fan, even if you're a rival, smash the likes on the video. It don't take a second. It don't cost a thing. And then make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because we're on the road to 5K. Real close to 3K, like 300 and something away, or maybe even less now, but real close to 3K. So tell a friend, tell his mom, tell your cousin, tell a niece or whatever. All of you should be subscribed. But big up to Mr. Udang, who's in the building, who big up Jords there. The color, we don't do purple over here. Yeah, let's get that Spurs blue back in effect. There we go. That Spurs blue back is the Spurs blue is back in effect. We got, apparently now Leipzig will get that price down and won't entertain Arsenal further. Was reported by Maximilian, my guy who works here at Sky Sports Deutschland. I want us to get Sesko now, but it would be hilarious. I'll be honest, yeah. I'm not even a fan of Sesko. If we go to Leipzig, the only player we can leave is that one guy that we've spoke many times about, Mr. Udang, and that's Xavi Simons. Yeah, I do not want to be going over to Leipzig and leaving with Sesko. Sesko, I don't want him. Yeah, he's not the striker that many people think he is. He's not the goal scorer that many people think he is. He has some potential, but we don't need him, and it'll be a bad allocation of funds. So let's stay far, far away from that deal. Everyone's saying, Jordan, who's your best player? Jords, for one, is Jords. The government's going crazy, G. Just stick to Jords. Durag. But our best player is quite clearly Kulusevski, Romero. You could say you could go Madison for some people. It depends on what you like. But one thing will be sure is Kudus is going to be one of them. Game changers are coming to Tottenham. Forget Arsenal. Yeah. Game changers are coming to Tottenham, and we're making serious moves with a signing like this. Serious moves. But the one thing I like about this move more than anything, the one thing I actually like, is we've got a player that wants to come to Tottenham, that has turned down other teams to come to Tottenham, just like Bergvall did. Turned down Barcelona to come to Spurs. We've got Kudus turning down clubs to come to the right side of London. Yeah? So this is what feels good about this deal. A player that wants to belong home. He knows where his home is. He's going to come to Spurs. Big up to Lee Rodney Trotter in the building. Man like Kudus. Chelsea fans are hard work. Aye, bro, they are hard work. Yeah, I don't know what was going on in the chat earlier. What was going on in the show? I was cooking Chelsea fans, but they're all trying to act like I wasn't cooking. I definitely was. I definitely was cooking. Yeah, let's have that right. But Kudus is ours, baby. Yeah, he is. He is. But smash up the likes, gang. Smash up the likes. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know, one of them ones. Big up to Ches for the raid again. As Lord Rodney says, is Romero. See, everyone knows there's a few different players, and it was a silly question. It was a very silly question. But I've watched 5 videos of him already. Bango, keep watching the videos, keep running it up, because you're gonna get more and more impressed. What Kudus can do with the ball is so cold. Is the technical ability with the dribbling a bit. Jogo Bonito is coming back to Tottenham. That's all I can say about this player. I'm so happy about this deal. And do you know what's funny? I actually saw Mike's, GVO Mike's, West Ham fan, done a reaction to mine and E's little, where me and E were going back. Me and Elijah were talking transfers yesterday, as some of you may know. And with that, he's done a reaction because we spoke about Kudus, and basically we might watch his reaction today. That's what we might do. We might watch Mike's reaction to see what he was actually saying. So that might be part of this stream as well, so we can learn a bit more about Kudus from a West Ham fan, but from a West Ham's fan point of view on my debate regarding him. So we're going to do that. We're definitely going to do that. Toby Adeyemi says, who's your best player? He's spamming it. Chelsea, get it going hard. Just read the chat. Just see, look, some people got all the players I said, literally. Run up the likes. Big up to Amon. This smash, yeah. Look, big up to Yassir's in the building. Big up to KJSJ in the building too. I can't lie, KJ. Do you know what's funny? The other day, I had that Mr. Tom's thing. I had the Mr. Tom's, a caramel Mr. Tom's. I had the caramel. I was gonna bring it to my stream. I was gonna save it, but I was hungry. Man had the munchies, so man had to yam that one off. Pause, but I had the Mr. Tom's, and I was like, "Yo, man, I need to try and save one for this stream before when KJSJ pops up for real." But man, them are asking who's your best player whilst they still live with their parents and mums. Priorities. As Hyper said there, have some priorities, man. Certain men are in bed still with their right hand in their hand, and they're all sat here worrying about who Tottenham's best player is. Some of these Chelsea fans. Maybe you should worry about what Hyper said there. Yeah, not me. Hyper said it, not me in it. It weren't me Yeah. But facts, yeah. We've got real security in my chat. Real SIA badge qualified man. Real SIA badge qualified man. So any mad chat, you're gone. You're gone. It won't even take a second. It really won't. So we're really governing the things over here, innit? The delinquents and the descendants, they do their things. Yeah? And also, I forgot to mention, if you want to become a part of the gang, if you want to be a delinquent, be a descendant, become like Drula, who's in the building, our fellow Spurs Mo. Big up to Drula every single time. Big things are going. Yes, big things are going in. And if you want to be like her and become a member and be a delinquent, you can go to the pinned comment in the chat and you can, become a delinquent. Big things are really going outside. But I feel so sorry for Thomas Frank Thomas. It's Thomas Frank. Y'all gonna make him look bad. I would like to understand the context behind what you mean there. Because you're saying we're going to make him look bad, but Thomas Frank could potentially have a better team than Ange Postecoglou got built together. So Kudus is a huge signing. We ain't had a player like that in a while. We ain't had a proper winger in a while. So I don't see how we're going to make him look bad with the likes of Kudus. But explain what you mean by that. The North remembers Willian. Talk soon. I remember that one. I'm not going to lie. I definitely remember that one. But it's fine. It's fine. That's in the past. We're living in the present. That shit ain't gonna happen again. But Jords, bro, imagine how greedy it would be to get Kudus and Simon. Yuck. You know how greedy that would be? We would really be taking it there. We're really going to be taking it there if we go and do that. We'll go and get a cam and a right winger. Now, again, I know my club. I know we're not super ambitious in that way, so we're not going to sign two £70 million players or £60 million players. But at the same time, if Spurs want to show ambition, if Spurs want to be serious about doing something this season under Thomas Frank, under the potential Champions League lights that we're going to be having, we need big players. Xavi Simons, Mohamed Kudus. These are the types that we need leading our team. Probably need to sell someone, and I think someone in our attack needs to be sold. Away from Richarlison. I'm not even talking about the Richarlisons, because Richarlison, for me, is guaranteed to be gone. And if he doesn't go, we've done terrible this window not to get rid of him. But I'm talking about one of the likes of... Now, I'm not saying Solanke needs to go, but one of the Solankes, Madisons, Kulusevskis, Sons, one of these five need to go in my eyes so we can accommodate a more star, a higher quality player in those positions, because albeit I think many of these are at similar levels and none of them have that star quality right now, and we're missing that. But Xavi might go to Bayern since that's one. The thing is, with this Bayern Musiala injury, they already needed a left winger. Now you need to start looking out for any deal where they could potentially pick up these multifunctional forwards, players that can play in the middle but also play on the right or left, because, not gonna lie, the Kudus does worrying me a little. I am a little bit worried about the potential signing that Kudus could go to Bayern or something like that. Or Bayern could come in for him, try to offer him some mad thing. Now, he is prioritizing Tottenham. He doesn't want to play Champions League. He doesn't want to play at the highest level. But I'm not going to lie, Tottenham cannot compete with Bayern Munich when it comes to signing players. Yes, I know we attracted Radu Dragusin away from them, but he's dragging us down. So, Dragusin dragging us down. That was not a good decision to make. So it's probably right. Like did we attract him away from them, or did they realize that he wasn't good enough? Like, who knows? But with this Kudus stuff, trust me, everyone knows he's good. So if a big team comes in for him, it's not going to be easy to keep him in a Spurs shirt. So we're going to have to see all of those moving parts surrounding Bayern Munich, but some of these other clubs that could get involved in the transfer window. But Jords couldn't cook an egg in the sun. I think I could. I think I definitely could. I think I've been doing that. Trust me. Definitely been doing that. With the Chelsea fans, they got laugh my ass off, brother. You were not cooking. You didn't even turn on the oven. The oven was already on, but trust me, let me get something straight. I don't cook in the oven. I straight fry. Yeah. On the frying pan, oil splashing, spluttering, because that's exactly what happened. Let's have it right. When I'm telling you Chelsea fans, letting you guys know you're not getting Kudus because you're not signing players without selling them. That's a fact. You don't want to admit it because you think, oh, we're big Chelsea. We spend how much money we want. That's a fact. You need to sell players. You need to sell the likes of Madueke so you can balance the books. You can't sign Kudus and sell Madueke for 20 million. Football don't work like that. You can't just do that for as long as you want and think there's going to be no repercussions. The financial fair play will come back to hit you again. And then you'll get a ban next time. So, hey, hold on now. Wait a minute. Don't go too far ahead thinking you're the big boys. You're not that big. Big up to Jords, just subbed. As if the CFC Reaper only just subbed to me. As if you're in all the chats, and you've probably been on this channel enough times because the redirects come from Never a Foul. You're always there. Saeed, you're always there. But now you want to tell me you just subbed. I see what you're on. I see what you're on. I see what you man are on now. Is that what's going? Is that what's going on? The currently in that title. Well, because I like to keep to the facts and the stats. It is currently. I could say Chelsea have been rejected. I could have definitely put that in the title. If I really wanted to rattle you guys, I would have just put Chelsea have been rejected, which is a fact. Sammy Mockbell literally come out and pretty much said that is understood that a move to Stamford Bridge is unlikely. So you've been rejected, albeit you've been rejected. But I didn't put that. So you're not an option. So be happy that I put it that way and not the other way. Because in fact, I'm actually thinking of changing it right now. You know what? Fuck it. I'm changing it. Man, you might want to do the salty thing. I'll change it. I'm going to change it to Chelsea have been rejected. Chelsea have been rejected. What, George? You guys think... What? Man, think... I don't know what I'm on. Rejected. Yeah? How about that? Chelsea have been rejected. New title. Yeah. Currently to rejected. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. Big up to my guy DB. Oh, that's not DB 1981, but big up to DB regardless. Yeah. Shane Bapp. Oh no, we didn't even bid or chat with the player. So that's not the truth, JJ. That's not the truth. Now you're lying. And this is what Chelsea fans keep doing. They keep saying they've not spoken to the player, but quite clearly the reports have come out and said Chelsea have held talks with him. Chelsea have spoken with him and tried. They've not held talks with the club. They've held talks with the player, and nothing has proceeded because Tottenham is his priority. But you guys want to try and paint the picture that we've not held talks with him. Stop, man. Stop the foolishness. Stop the foolishness. But Kudus and Simmons, how greedy is that, man? For real. But as he says there, what are we on right now? What are we on? Look, we're nearly 20 minutes into the stream. 43. Do you know what? I ain't gonna say 9. The likes are liking. I ain't gonna say 9. You man are doing your thing. The likes are liking. Mods keep running it up so we can get some. Let's aim for 75. Let's aim for 75 likes, maybe even 100. If we're feeling extra nice, we could go to 100 likes. But big up regardless because the likes are definitely liking right now. Big up to PFC TV in the house. Big up to Ghosted in the house. Another member. Biss is linked to Juventus. Apparently, he's in Italy with his agent now. This is another one of the players I've said should be on the transfer list and has to go immediately within the next few weeks. I don't want him back at Hotspur away, bringing his fast gas loon self into the changing rooms, trying to infect our young up-and-coming players like Mikey Moore, Bergvall. I don't need these players around him and his energy bringing that Aubameyang vibes to our team. Keep that over at Arsenal, yeah? You want to doing dancing, playing around, coming in late, offer loons and whips and these things. Like, slow down. Slow down. I think he needs to go get sold. I've heard the fee is rumored to be around 12.9 million. I'm being very specific because I feel like the number was, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel like the number was 12.9 million to 17.5 million or something we want for him, which I'm happy. Get whatever we can get, 12 to 15. That's fine by me. We bought him for 25 3 years ago, and he has got significantly worse. When we signed him, he was supposed to be the next up-and-coming wing midfielder, supposed to lead us forward into the Premier League, and he's been utterly crap. He's been awful in a Spurs shirt. So yeah, let's just say that we don't need that to happen. We don't need that to happen. But I'm seeing here Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal are preparing an opening bid for Noni Madueke. At the moment, my understanding is that the valuation between the two clubs is quite different. Now, apparently, the valuation that Arsenal have is in and around 35 to 40 million, as opposed to Chelsea looking at this as 40 to 50 million. Now, saying that is quite different is, yeah, you're pointing out that it's definitely different. But at the same time, how different is it? It's not that much. They're probably going to get a deal wrapped up for this one in and around 40 or 45 million pounds with some add-ons. I can see Arsenal getting this deal. It looks well and truly like they've made their choice, and Rodrigo one's slowing down. Gyökeres is heating up. Madueke is heating up. So Arsenal are making these moves on these players. Now, Chelsea could potentially come back in if Arsenal put in a bid for Madueke and the deal gets wrapped up in the next 2-3 days. We know Chelsea. They could come in with a big offer to West Ham, £70 million, and then they're already speaking to the player and they're trying to work things out. Things could happen. But at this moment, he prioritizes Tottenham, and I only see him turning down Chelsea because why does he want to go play for the Rent Boys? Why does he want to go play for them guys? Does he want to go be an option for Chelsea or be the main man at Spurs? You tell me. Because he's going to go to Chelsea. He's going to be one of a kind because they've got Cole Palmer, who's their main attacking outlet right now, who carries them on their back. You've got other players coming in like Esteval, he thinks he wants to play. Chelsea didn't spend the money they spent on him to throw him on the bench for the next 2 years. Esteval has been getting man of the matches in the Club World Cup, and I'm pretty sure he only just got knocked out to the last 2 rounds or so, and he was balling out fairly. So Chelsea are going to need to play him. I don't see Kudus coming in to Chelsea and thinking, yeah, this is a team that I want to go to where you're going to see himself building himself up. He's probably going to be one of a few players there being dropped when he doesn't have a good game. Doesn't get starts for another 5 games, plays a couple bench. Like, come on, Chelsea's model and the way that they bring these players in is only going to start deferring players from signing for them. And I know we've seen players still choose Chelsea, João Pedro, Bino Gittins. But these players are just silly. They've got a lack of critical thinking, you know. Because you can think you're the best. And that's fine. But how many times have we seen Chelsea get rid of... Noni Madueke is going. They want to sell Madueke. Trying to upgrade on him, which fair. I don't think he's that good. You can definitely upgrade on Madueke. But this is the player that they started all last season, trying to gas up to us, their fans, that this is going to be the one to lead them forward. And now they're signing the replacement. Madueke got 2 years and he's getting dashed with. Kudus, the same thing will happen to you, bro. So stay over here on Spurs, yeah? Stay over here on Spurs and get the deal done. Kudus to Tottenham. Here we go soon. Retweet from Fab on Kudus. Things are moving. Now, I don't actually know what that means. I don't know what is moving, but things are moving, apparently. Send Joey the link. Tell Joey to drop me a message. I don't think Joey's actually in the live. I haven't seen Joey drop a message in the chat. If Joey wanted to jump on, he would drop me a message privately or in the chat, whether it be on Twitter or WhatsApp, whatever it is. Joey knows where to find me. So if he wants to come in, he'll come in. Let's get Kudus now and go for Simmons next. Number 6 and then the number 6, 3 main targets. Yeah, for me, Spurs Nepal, that would be some great business. I did actually see off the back of some of the other news that we've been seeing reported today. Spurs are looking at, let me just see. Spurs are among the clubs that are interested in Giorgio Scalvini. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and act like I've watched Scalvini loads of times. I've seen Atlanta minimal amount of times this season, maybe 3. I remember watching them 3 or 4 times this season in the Champions League. And I'm pretty sure I didn't recognize this player playing anytime. When I did look into this, I believe he actually may have been injured majority of last season. But he's a centre-back. He's a centre-back that plays for Atlanta. He's young. He's 21 years of age. So Spurs are actually looking at quite a few players, and apparently the moves are happening. But I don't really think, as much as I've seen this link happen, I can't see this deal progressing until Spurs know what's happening with Romero. We need to know if Romero's going, is Romero staying, is Atletico going to pay what we want, or are they not? Like, I need this deal to happen quick, because I don't want to get to the point of similar to what happened to Harry Kane. Mid-August, we sell our main centre-back. We're starting to work Danso into the team, and then we just accept, Danso is going to be the first centre-back. And I think, I've said before, I think Danso could be good. But at the same time, we need a replacement at Romero's level. That's just, if you want to be a big team, you want to compete, that's just what we have to do. It's just what we have to do. But Jords, let these London Blue man coping so hard. Bro, they are coping so hard. You know when you get rejected by a girl and you go, she's dead anyway? That's what they're doing about Kudus. You heard Jimmy say it come out of Jimmy's mouth. It come out of Jimmy's mouth. He was so close to saying it. So close to saying it. He's dead anyway. No, he wouldn't even start for us. Your best player was sitting on our bench. Bullshit. Like, what are we doing here? Chelsea's attack was not that good last season. Chelsea's attack was nothing to cry home about. But you're going to try and sit here and act like Chelsea have way better attackers than Tottenham. Last season, Chelsea didn't even score more goals than us in the Premier League. We scored the same amount of goals, but you want to come and sit here and tell me that your attackers are so good. You know, Nico Jackson, he's better than Solanke. Bullshit. No, he's not. Cole Palmer's your best attacker, and he puts the team on the back. Outside of Cole Palmer, and yes, you got João Pedro now, but away from that, who do you have? What is going for you in your attack? What is going on? Not much. Not much. Like, slow down. Wait, hold a minute. Like, you guys are doing too much, man. Turn 27 today, and still Kudus saga goes on. He'd hold bench behind Palmer. He definitely wouldn't. Kudus would start on your right-hand side. He's a right winger. Palmer will be shifted into the middle. Like, we're just doing things. Chelsea fans just saying things for the sake of saying things. Come on, man. What's going on here? What's going on here? You're telling me that Madueke would start over him. Madueke would start over him. And if he sells, cool, you're going to sell Madueke. You're trying to sign Waneri. And I think Waneri is one of the best up-and-coming youngsters in the Premier League, by the way. So let me just say this here. If Chelsea managed to pull off a deal where Madueke goes Arsenal, they get Waneri, I'll hold my hands up. You guys are magicians. Magicians. To be able to sell a player like Madueke to Arsenal for 50 million and then buy their best youngster for around the same price. Basically a swap deal. And Waneri, you just know the quality of Waneri of the next 2 to 3 years will surpass Madueke greatly. I've seen enough. I'm going to say it. I think Madueke is a better player, way more polished technically than Waneri's a better player than Madueke, way more polished technically. So if Chelsea can get a deal done around that, then I ain't going to say much. You guys ain't really... Kudus would be cold for you, man. Kudus is definitely better than him, both of them. But I can see why you do that deal. Waneri up and coming. Waneri and Esteval as the right wingers. That's serious. Some serious things going on for the future generations. Serious. Big up to Jords winning Europa Cup. The so-called European champs now. Shouldn't you be going for the big signings like Gyökeres, Zubi, Eze, or Rodrigo? So what happened? So the big signings are just the players that you're in for. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. What are we doing here? Brother said the big signings and they just named his players, bro. The players that you guys are all going for. What was it? Was Sesko a big signing too when you're getting for him? Stop the foolishness, man. Big up to David F.A. though every single time. You think Kudus will make you a scary or top 6? You're dreaming. Making us scary is very subjective because what's scary to you is maybe not be scary to other people. But will he make us top 6? It's very likely. It's very likely that he'll make us top 6. I think so. I think he could be the difference between us. And Bissouma Douglas Luiz swap deal. I didn't even think about this at the time, but this is making sense. Forget a swap deal. You know Juventus love a loan with obligation to buy. Bring me Douglas Luiz with a loan with obligation to buy £25 million. Throw Bissouma at them for 15 million. And then look, there we go. We pay a little 10 million on top. We get a better player, a more all-rounded central midfielder that will add to what we need in the midfield. Rodrigo Bentancur, Douglas Luiz, and then sign a proper six. You've got all these guys competing for the same positions. Sign a proper six. Big up to Kate, who's in the building. Make sure you subscribe to Kate and Jimbo, man, for real. Make sure you definitely show some support to their channel. All our Spurs creators are supposed to be up, flying right now. I did miss yesterday the Spurs Content Creator Awards, so I might actually have a reaction to that at some point over the next couple of days. The content is contenting people, whatever. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. So make sure you're subscribed, but you've tapped the post notification bell, because we've got stuff coming out every single day. If it's not a live, it's a video. If it's a video, it's a live. There's something coming every day. Gyökeres to Arsenal, Jords. I did see this. I saw the Gyökeres news, and I can't lie, it was like Arsenal scary again. Yeah, I've been saying for a while, innit, that like I don't know what was going on between the Sesko Gyökeres stuff, but it's very clear who the better player is. Very clear who the better player is. Don't know why they've taken so long to decide that, but it looks well and truly like Gyökeres is going to end up at Arsenal. They're going to be a dangerous team next year. And if Spurs want to compete with Arsenal and those teams, they are going to have to show some serious ambition in this transfer window. We're going to have to show some serious ambition in the transfer window. Big up to Hooks for the raid. I only see this late, so my bad. But man says, say sorry to Flashboy. I asked Flashboy to come on my stream. I did actually ask Flashboy to come on my stream. So he ain't showed up. I can't apologize if he ain't showed up, because I wanted some exclusives too. I needed some exclusives, but you ain't trying to drop them in my chat. So maybe me and Flashboy are beefing now. Jords, Chelsea fans thought Kudus was gonna join them. Jords, Don laughed at you. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I didn't even like revealing, but like chat behind closed doors and them things. But I added him today. And man just said, "Oh," I said, "Oh," so because he messaged me yesterday because George Ban, just one random guy on Twitter, says Spurs feel as though others are ahead in the of them in the queue at the moment. He added me. Haha, George, look at this. Rough, waffling. I ignored it, you know, as I do. And I added him again this morning in the tweet that Fabrizio sent out. And I said, okay, what are you saying to this, Don? So, and his response was, so just to confirm, he's going Spurs at this stage. And he called me deluded. He said, I am deluded for reading what Fabrizio says and taking that for what it says. He prioritizes Tottenham. But I am deluded. You can't help some guys. I've told you before, this guy, I don't know if you guys ever seen that meme. Don't believe me. I'm a true liar. Yeah? That's Don, bruv. He's an absolute liar. He lies all the time with his takes. So don't believe him. He's a flip-flop as well. Biggest flip-flop out there. Let me tell you this one thing, yeah. The stream with Don for a year and a half. Every time he says something, he will either say the same thing over and over, or he will just completely flip what he said and try act like he was saying this before and try to say the man didn't understand. You know them ones where someone just speaks so much, you don't get the points that they're saying half the time. So when you try to get the point out and they actually say something, you get it, then they go, no, you didn't get it. And they just keep changing the point that they're making. Don, who's laughing now? He's coming, Tottenham. He prioritized us. Maybe keep quiet. Keep your mouth quiet. Big up to Nige. And congrats on the top 3 finish in the Spurs Kings Award. Well deserved. Keep smashing it. I didn't even know what I got for the award. So big up, man. Big up to Spurs Kings for putting me in the top 3. I mean, everything but first is a loser. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, being in the top 3 is something anyway. So I appreciate the support from everyone who voted for me, regardless. Well, if you ain't first, you're last. So hey, next time, make sure we're first, people. We've got hard work. We've got another year to push in and grind so we can get to first next year. So we'll see. We'll see how it lands when we put in more work. Maybe hopefully we're on 5K by then. Maybe we'll qualify for the bigger rewards of the goats and them things. But right now, we ain't got the facilities, apparently. It's dark. I said 219 inside and only 55 likes is disgraceful. You know what's mad about this as well? You know what's mad? We was on 44 likes like 15 minutes into the stream. So we've gone up by 12 likes in about 20 minutes. It's mad. It's all mad in the dunya. Yeah, not really too sure what's going on. But people, make sure you're smashing the likes. Let's get this up to 100 because, yeah, there's 212 people in here. Let's, yeah, like up the stream and them things. Let's fly high. But big up to SSS or SSJ for the super chat. And he says here, humble those blues real quick. Now let's go get Rios, Simmons, or Wharton. Hey, I like your talent ID. We're on the same level. SSJ, I like what you're thinking. Chelsea had no logic in getting Kudus over us, by the way. Just it's Spurs. They sounded just like the Man United fans. SSJ is. They're relying on, oh, it's Spurs. It's Spurs. Not actually using logic to help them why they should get this deal done over us. That's just what happens. When I told them we were winning Europa League all this time, Man United fans told me it's just Spurs. They've got no logical reason as to why they would win it over us. Same thing with this Chelsea as to why they'll get the Kudus deal done. Yeah, it's simple. It's literally they think they're bigger than us, so they get players off the back of that. But we're seeing right now, being a big club doesn't necessarily mean you attract players, especially when you're a team like Chelsea who don't have the best reputation, best relationships with players. They don't. But put the likes up, people, as Mr. Udang says there. Well, this transfer window has been unreal from the big teams. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, all going nuclear this window. Even Chelsea building, but Spurs are going generational. You're obviously trying to do some banter there, but I don't think all these other teams are making mad moves. Like West Liverpool have, Man City have, Arsenal haven't as of yet. Slow down. Wait a minute. Let's see the players in Arsenal shirts. Zubimendi's only just been announced in an Arsenal shirt. Let's see some of these other players. When you end up with Madueke, you're not going to be saying that. Spurs hijack United target. Run it. I hope so. We need to get some more hijacks in the building. But Paratici is in Italy. Might be Ravella or Douglas Luiz. Paratici's always making moves. He's always working. And especially when it comes to Italian players and all those, he's always making things happen. He's got great relationships with the teams, with the agents, and everyone out there. So it looks like things are happening and deals could get done. But no doubt about that, he is delusional. He is delusional. Arsenal moving big in the window, only to finish second again. Ole, ole. Second again. Second again. Second again. Ole, ole. Second again. Ole, ole. Second again. Ole, ole. Second again. Second again. Second again. Ole, ole. Tell them again, Kate. Tell them again, like, all of this mad, like, oh, we're doing this. It's always the Arsenal fans before they do anything. Like, bro, calm down. Wait a minute. Let's see what you're actually doing when it's done. The sources suggest that the new offer from Tottenham Hotspur will be worth around £60 million fixed and will be paid in installments over the time period of 3 years. That's very similar to the deal and the proposed installments that Eze and Crystal Palace wanted for Eze. That goes to suggest that Tottenham didn't want Eze and they moved on to Kudus because he's a better player, a better target, and a better signing. Because they're willing to pay that exact same fee at the exact same installments, and the way that the deal's done, It's going to be the, come on, we made the better option. Kudus is better than Eze in my eyes as well. I think Kudus is the better option over Eze. So for me, when I'm looking at this, why are we getting it still done? It only makes sense. It only makes sense. But there is a total agreement in place between Tottenham Hotspur and Mohamed Kudus over a 5-year contract until June 2030. Salary worth 8 million gross per season, included bonuses. I need to know how much that is per week, because people told me we're not going to pay the wages required to get this deal done. So let's just say, let me turn this on. £8 million. £8 million a year split across a weekly wage is 153k per week. So he's pretty much on 150k a week. Spurs are telling me that people told me we wouldn't pay in and around those fees. And I said, for our marquee signings, their first contracts are likely to be between 150 to 200k a week. Just like we signed Xavi Simons, it will come in at around 170, 180k a week. Spurs will pay that for the right players. We're just not like Arsenal, who we dashed 265 million on Jesus, 300 million on Havertz, 200 million on this player, 200k, not million, sorry, but you get my point. Just throwing money at all these younger players or all these players when they come to your club just to attract them. I think we need to pay more in wages. Overall, we could offer more to be better in these deals, but 150k a week shows you that we're willing to pay the money required for some of these big players. Kudus saw the bigger picture. He doesn't want to be a third choice at right wing and third choice for the 10. I hope he succeeded and brings you back to being bottlers. I thought you were going somewhere with that, Keys. I actually thought you were going somewhere with that. A man just have to revoke that one, right? Man had to revoke that chat real quick. Take him out. I might have to give you a little time out for that one. Man, caught me off guard, you know. Man started off like, you had me in the first half. I can't lie. You had me in the first half. I can't lie. Jords, yo, that trophy gave you mad chest. Did you not think that was going to happen? Jay, you've been watching, man, for a few months now. I remember when I first saw you pop up in Trench Talks, chat. I know you've been watching, man, for a few months. I warned them, man. I warned the man them time and time again. Don't fuck Spurs, yeah? Don't let me get a trophy. Don't let me get a trophy. Because I will be unbearable. I will be a worst person to be around. You don't want to be around me after a trophy win. And that's just the Europa League, yeah? Don't let me get one of the big boys. Don't let me get one of the big boys. Because it will be dark times. Dark times for certain teams and certain man. Well, big up today coming in with the super chat. Gyökeres had 30 big chances missed. Stat pads versus 41-year-old centre-backs at Rio Ave, Estrella, and them, man. Only shoots with his right foot. He's going to set them back 5 years. Now, I wish that I had the same mindset as you did. I wish. But Gyökeres is a bagman. Gyökeres is a goal scorer. Gyökeres is a guy that's going to pick up goals for Arsenal. As much as I would like to hate on the signing, it's just not the case, man. Gyökeres is a big deal. It's a big move. It's a bigger signing than Kudus is for us. There's no doubt about it. Gyökeres is a top player, and he's one that could potentially be the difference maker between Arsenal winning the league or not. So I'm not going to be the guy that's playing down this deal. I'll maybe salty in the season, and when we get to cooking in the season, we get to cooking. But up until then, I'm going to slow down. Arsenal fans, their fans are deluded. Tell me something we don't know, okay? Tell me something we don't know, okay? We've been streaming together for a long time, and they call me deluded, but trust me, the Arsenal fans are worse. They're worse. They're on this copium journey right now regarding Madueke. They're living up copium right now because they've got nothing else. They're like, please don't come to us. You love a Chelsea sloppy second. Once Chelsea's done with a player, you're the first one lining up for it. I don't even want to say what I really mean, but you man are in the line like Lily Phillips. Like, it's mad. Big up to SSJ for coming in with another super chat. Yo, Newcastle wants Scalvini badly. I did see that. So when I did look into this, the first player, as much as I saw Spurs are looking at him, the first other team I saw was Newcastle are heavily linked with him. They're trying to get a deal done for him. But I can see us hijacking that, to be honest. But I'd like Harvey Elliott or McAtee if possible. Dumfries, 25 million. So Dumfries is a good player. But when I look at him, I'm like, how much better is he than Pedro Porro? I don't think he is. And I think Jed Spencer's, we've already got an option there. Don't think we need a right back. Harvey Elliott or McAtee, they're both going to cost 40 to 50 million pounds. Don't think they're in the positions that we necessarily require players. So again, I'm probably willing to give that a miss. But Scalvini, I haven't seen enough of him for me to even have a good enough opinion on him. Let me know why you want Scalvini. Let me know what you think he would be good at and where he could add to our team. Because again, looking at him, he's obviously 21 years of age. I looked and I saw he was injured for the majority of last season, so he didn't really play. He's had a few seasons before that where he's been consistent for Atlanta. But still, I'm looking at this and I'm like, if we're going to sign a centre-back, don't we need a top centre-back, not a guy that's just been in and around the team for Atlanta? I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. But 10 more likes. 10 more likes to get to 100. As Neil was pointing out there, let's get it, people. Let's get it. We're real close now. We're real close. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I'm so far behind always. I'm trying to catch up. So I'm just going to skip quite a lot, people, so I can get to where we're at. And then we're going to review the Mike's video. That's what we're going to do. We're going to review the Mike's video after that because it only makes sense. Mike spoke on Kudus, on what I said on Kudus. We can react to his reaction of what I said. Johnson at the back post again. That was a big tune. That's a big tune. Johnson again. Ole. Forget second. Johnson, yeah. Which positions do you think you need to upgrade in order to be in a title race? IKs, we're not anywhere near a title race. We need about 8 or 9 players to get to a title race. And that's just first team and squad. So definitely nowhere near a title race. But if you're talking about positions where we need to really improve and, I'd say push into that top 4 race or top 5 race, I would say definitely we need another striker, need a winger. For me, we need an attacking midfielder. We need a 6. We need a centre-back and a left-back. So there's a lot of players there. The attacking midfielder is not high on my priorities, I'd say. So if we can get a striker and a winger, and we could sign a 6 and be fine. But to be where we need to be, we need a lot of change. We need a lot of change. Big up to Dave the GOAT. Yeah, can you show us your freezer? Yeah, I ain't got it with me. Right now. Mac Attack. This is Jords' second trophy in ever. No, that's not actually the truth. It's not actually the truth. Do your research. You should know about my club when we last won trophies, but But yeah, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to see what Mike's had to say about what I had to say. Let's see where this goes. First of all, big up to Mike, people. Make sure you do what I done on this video and you drop a like. Drop a like on Mike's video, man. Show some love, show some support. It don't take, it literally don't cost you nothing. He was watching my stream with Elijah yesterday, where we spoke a bit about, we spoke a lot about Kudus and the back and forth between what he thinks of Kudus and what I think of Kudus, and then Mike's come in with his opinion. So let's see what happens. No sound. All right, let me try again. Give me 2 seconds, people. Give me 2 seconds. Let me unshare and reshare. Man said, you man a lip reading. My apologies, people. The ones that are with me always, they know I'm not the best with tech. So if we get tech issues, we're just gonna skip this part. We're gonna skip this. If we get tech issues, we're gonna skip the segment. But we're gonna try to do this again. Let's try this again. Let me know if you guys can hear. That first bit was just an intro anyway. But
this is content. Shout out to Jords and Elijah. They did a debate on Jords' channel about Mohamed Kudus.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me? Oh, not hear me. Can you hear the video? Let me know if you can hear the video. And JJ said, "Am I an uncle now?" I am. I am an uncle. I'm officially an uncle, but I'm really an uncle as well, man. Like, definitely in that era of my life.
Of their views on Mohamed Kudus and obviously Tottenham being linked with him. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I got called out. So as a content creator myself, I must use my content brain. I say I must use my content brain. This whole thing was Elijah's idea, funny enough. But yeah, everyone's cool, by the way. This isn't like, don't know why people would think it's personal or anything. I'm cool with both Jords and Elijah. And I got called out by Jords. So let's go back to the debate about Kudus. And
I'll be honest, people, yeah. I know I mentioned Mike's a few times in the back and forth and stuff and his opinion. But I don't actually know when I called him out. So I'm interested to see. I probably did. You know, people should know by now. Sometimes I'm going mad. Sometimes I'm going mad and I'm just saying things. But let's see what was actually said.
We're going to address everything. Let's go.
Charlie. Ask people like that.
Do not see. Let me go back. Sorry.
But it depends on how you break down the data to decide how much they're actually worth in it. Because, like, I haven't watched Kudus that much in it. So what did I do? I went to West Ham fans and asked them. Asked Mike's, asked his chat, asked Charlie. Asked people like that.
Did you not see when I came in, Mike's ripped into his opinion about Kudus, and what did he say? I was pretty much right.
First thing. So the context is that Jay did a stream. Funnily enough, this was the first day when I came back from holiday. Jay did a stream about Mohamed Kudus. He was crushing out. Jords redirected, and then he obviously didn't agree with Jay's opinion on Mohamed Kudus. So then I jumped in as well because Jords called me out. Jords called me out and said, Mike's was saying on my channel, I'm under Lopetegui, that Mohamed Kudus and Paquetá Bowen are all being held back, or the West Ham players are being held back by Lopetegui, which I still maintain, by the way. And now he's changed his mind, sort of thing. What I said that Jords was right about was that, because I did say that on Jords' channel. That's what I said he was right about, by the way. And that's what I said he was right about. I didn't say the whole opinion of Mohamed Kudus is right. I'm in the wrong, whatever, because I still maintain my opinion of Mohamed Kudus. We had a discussion on the stream on what the kind of player that Tottenham need.
You guys can watch the stream and tell me whether I ripped into him and he was, because it seemed like to me on the Jay stream, Jay from the Cave, make sure you guys show some love to the boy. On his stream, when I came in, I said, no, we're not going to do this Kudus thing because Mike's said this, West Ham fans being salty. You know, when your girl leaves you, you start telling lies about her. You start saying that she was here. You know, you see online, your girls do it to guys all the time. Your thing was small anyway. That's what he's doing. That's exactly what he was doing, yeah? Like, Kudus didn't want to be there. So since Kudus said he wants to leave, he's now trying to sit here and go, oh, yeah, he's not that good. I maintain my opinion. We didn't really need him. He wasn't performing at the levels required. But when we was in the stream, I was going, oh, he's not a hard worker, no? Oh, no, last season he wasn't a hard worker. So I said, so when he actually wanted to be at West Ham in his first season, was hard work ever an issue? Was effort ever an issue? He said, no. He said, no. It was never an issue. And then I said, in the first season, his performance levels, did they drop into the second season because he didn't want to be there? He said, yeah. He didn't want to be at West Ham. He did say he wanted to leave. They couldn't leave. So he didn't want to be there last year. So I was right about what I was saying about the other stuff. I think maybe Mike's just realized he don't want to go to war with Jords. So on the stream, he was like, yo, hold on. He had to sit back for a moment. That's what it was. He had to sit back for a moment because he realized he don't want to war with me. Big up to the 2 Mark show. But let's carry on. Oh, wait. Oh, not that.
Need a goal scoring winger, in my opinion. They need someone that's going to, elevate them to the next level almost, because their attack right now, Kudus would be their best attacker, but that's not saying much. I said, like, someone like an Mbeumo on that stream, I think an Mbeumo would have taken them to the next level. I did also say, though, Kudus would be a better fit to Tottenham than Chelsea because he's better at running into space than he is trying to break down the team. And under Thomas Frank, you've seen how his wingers and his attackers play. He would be a better signing for Tottenham than Chelsea. Just my opinion. Do I think Tottenham will get him due to the Tottenham tax? No. Obviously, we'll discuss that more another time. But that
Just heard him say there, Tottenham won't get him due to Tottenham tax. But the tax is only about £5 million on top of everyone else. So, hey, Spurs are going to pay the money. You have to sell him. He prioritizes Spurs. He wants Spurs. Salty much.
Is what I said. I said Jords was right about what I said on his YouTube channel because, well, I did say that. I still maintain that Lopetegui did hold some of the players back, which is why I think some of these players should be doing better under Potter. Because I know a lot of people that watch my channel don't rate Potter, but here's what it is. I rate Potter, but at the same time, I've also criticized Potter. At the same time as well, I did also say Potter would need better midfielders if we're going to be successful under him. I said that on the first day he came in. Because everyone knows the midfielders he had, like Caicedo, McAllister, Basuma, etc. You know what I mean? Like, he needs better midfielders. We've got Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, etc. The only time you can really play how he wants to play is Paquetá a bit deeper. I do think Potter should have played Salah more last season as well. In my opinion, I've been saying that. But yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I didn't say, Jords is right about Mohamed Kudus, and I'm wrong. I didn't say that. I said what I said on his channel, he was right about. Wait, I forgot to press play. Shit.
About most of what I was saying. Mike's just feeling a little bit
salty. But the thing is, I talk to Mike.
You know what Mike's like?
I talk to Mike very much every day.
Yes, Mike's is a salty guy. I've noticed.
Yeah, but I speak.
Listen, Mike's is a salty guy. Jords, how dare you? How dare you? I'm not salty. This is the thing. The reason why I'm not salty is because I've been calling out Mohamed Kudus, I'd say since March, maybe late Feb. Obviously,
March, late Feb. That's pretty much the last 2 months of the season you started to call him out. The last 2 months of the season you started to call out a player that didn't want to be there for 6 months. Been played out of position all season. He's a right winger who's been told to play on the left and play in the middle to accommodate for some of these other players. So he's playing on all these other positions. He had his best performances of the season before on the right-hand side and carried their team into the best position possible. But you're just making him shift onto the other side to accommodate for some of these other players that aren't performing at the level required. And then you turn on him in February, March, and then 2 months later, he wants to leave, and you're telling me that you're not salty. Hey, it's sounding rather salty over there. I don't know about you, Mike, but that sounds rather salty to me.
Everyone knows I wasn't also defending the guy under Lopetegui. I gave everyone a flyer really under Lopetegui, apart from Alvarez and Mavropanos, basically. I'm pretty sure. But
is yours gold?
About him going to Tottenham, I've pretty much said you guys can have him. Like, but it's not a case of saltiness. Like, I'm not losing Dimitri Payet.
What did they say to you, Jay? Is yours gold? Is yours gold?
Sort of thing. I'm not losing Dimitri Payet. I'm not losing Declan Rice. It's Mohamed Kudus. It's like Payet also had 1.5 seasons at West Ham, but Payet was generational. Mohamed Kudus to me is not generational. Mohamed Kudus can be a very good player in a cup.
And you know what's funny about this? They'll tell you Dimitri Payet was generational, but his career after West Ham didn't show you generational levels. He had a great, amazing one season at West Ham. An amazing one season. Obviously, he left halfway through the next year because, again, like Kudus, he didn't want to be there. How often does this happen when players go to West Ham? They realize that West Ham is not at the required level, so they want to leave. They want to get out of the club. The club let Payet go. They didn't want to let Kudus go, and now they have to. So then, I know with Payet, it was a bit different. They accepted it. He was going so crazy that they had to let him leave. And he didn't even go to a better club, which is mad. Man went to fucking Marseille. But now they're going to try and act like, oh, Kudus was good, but he wasn't generational. I mean, Payet's not generational talent either. But in fact, in my eyes, he's just like what we see from Turkey right now is what Payet was 10 years ago. Like, that is it. When, obviously, Turkey might actually perform at a higher level, but like, Payet was, bro, like, nothing generational there. He had a great one season. I was going as far to say he's a one season wonder with some amazing technical ability. Like, he has amazing, but in the Premier League, in my eyes, we only saw him 1 year actually ball out like that. Obviously, League on, he had a whole different career there. People can talk about his career over there. Don't watch League on, so I'm not going to talk about his career over there. DB, Jords, do you and Mike have beef now, though? No, of course not, man. Like, we're not beefing over our opinions on Kudus. Like, It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep, bro. Like, he has an opinion on Kudus. I said my opinion on Kudus. He's reacting to my opinion on Kudus. I'm reacting to his reaction on my reaction. You know, one of them ones.
Counter-attacking system, but the problem is he plays a lot of positions, but I don't think we know what his like outright position is in terms of on the right or in the middle. Is he a specialty in either? So I'm not sorry, but let's rewind it quick so I can rebuff all these points.
Just feeling a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I ripped into his opinion about Kudus, and what did he say? I was pretty much right.
Let's be honest, Jords, as well. When I broke down what Kudus is good at and what Kudus isn't good at, didn't really have much to say about it. Let's be real. Because I wasn't just saying about F Kudus.
That's not even true. Because he didn't actually break down what Kudus was good at and what he wasn't good at. I'm sure we agreed on what he is good at. He didn't break down what he wasn't good at. He didn't break that down. So I don't know what Mike's is saying there, but I'd love to know.
This and all that. I broke down why he wouldn't be a good signing for Tottenham or what Tottenham need. But he would be a better fit than he would be at Chelsea. And what he's good at, he's not a possession-based player. He's a counter-attacking player. I broke down what he's good at. I never said he was shit either. I don't think he's shit. But I just don't think he's the player that people make out to be if they don't watch West Ham week in, week out. That's my opinion.
About most of what I was saying. Mike's just feeling a little bit
but the thing is, I talk to Mike.
You know what Mike's like.
I talk to Mike very much every day.
On the stream. Yes, Mike's is a soul.
It's funny enough, me and Elijah do talk every day, basically, now.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, but I speak to people in his chat because I have West Ham fans in my chat. I ask them. They tell me the same thing. Kudus ain't really that, bro. Like, he ain't that. Like, he's good, but he ain't that. And it's like, if I'm getting it.
I had a guy, yeah. Well, you got friends, yeah. They might have a girlfriend, but they don't really want to be with that girl anymore.
These are my favorite analogies when it comes to football. Is when you reference like real life situations like girls, for example. It's the best. It's the best like analogies for football in my opinion.
They're just doing everything they can to try and get out of the relationship, but they're not gonna, they don't want to break up with them, but they're gonna do things that make you want to break up. Yeah, they're not gonna be saying the good mornings, gonna be ignoring messages, gonna be doing things on a mad. They're just gonna be acting out of character. Yeah.
But
so
they want to sell Kudus.
You don't want to be at West Ham.
But so they want to sell Kudus to us, though.
That's the thing. We want to sell Kudus for the right price as well. We put Spurs tax on the whole thing. Sort of thing. So we wouldn't mind, but imagine Daniel Levy and David Sullivan actually trying to negotiate a deal.
He keeps saying about this Spurs tax, but it's been released that they would accept £60 million from Spurs if the fee is fixed. This Spurs tax is just a facade that journalists have put out there just to make more stories regarding potentially Spurs not making this deal happen. But the Spurs tax is a cap.
I've said this before, that is crazy to me. I did also say that I maintained the opinion of what I said about the whole Lopetegui thing as well, which is why I referenced the whole survived a lot.
West Ham's that one friend in the circle that doesn't work, doesn't do anything, like somehow secures himself a bad B, but as soon as she finds out and C realizes he doesn't work, he does nothing, she leaves instantly. So yes, you are right. That is definitely West Ham.
Lopetegui thing in Jay's stream. Because it's still below my name. I still maintain he is legitimately the worst manager I've ever seen, like at West Ham and in the Premier League. And I'll argue that with anyone. In my era, by the way. In my era. Because people are going to say like Paul Jewell or some shit. But yeah, I maintain my opinion. But this is all in the fun of the game, people. This is all in the fun of the YouTube game. See? No animosity. Just footballing opinion, all a bit of fun.
Oh, look, you heard it there, people. It's all a bit of fun. It's all some footballing. Don't go mad, innit? Don't go mad. We're just having some fun here. So make sure you guys show some love to Mike's. And he's on 1.11k now. He's joined the 1k gang. So go support him. Go watch the video. I suppose you guys watch the video on me, but just drop a like on the video if you can. Innit? Drop a like. I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys can just go over there. Drop a like in the meantime before we are going to head up and finish out. So drop a like there. We're on 112 likes right now ourselves. can we get this up a little piece more? Does everyone want to smash the likes before we end up? Let's see who's live right now. Who should we redirect over to? Let's see where you guys can continue to be entertained. Hey, my boy is live right now. Man, like too much of E. So I need you guys to go read up Elijah's chat. Yeah. E. This is what we're gonna type in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna do our DRD raid standard. Stan Dizzy, so he knows that you guys are comfortable. More than anything, you're gonna slap the DRD raid in the chat. I said he feels for Mike's, Loki. Why do you feel for Mike's? Why do you feel for Mike's? Big up to Jords, respect to you and not being disrespectful. Come on, man. It's never has to be disrespect between football opinions. It never has to be that. We're gonna drop a DRD raid in his chat, but more than anything, you was wrong. We're just gonna get you was wrong. So just slap. That's what we need. Cooking with Elijah. Spam cooking with Elijah in the chat. He hates Kudus. He does hate Kudus. So keep. But I want you guys to spam. Cooking with Elijah in the chat. Spam that in his chat. And yeah, people, look, we will be back tomorrow. Straight Facts 10:30, midday live 12:30, 2 p.m. Tottenham transfer news show. So we got plenty more coming. Uploads are going to be coming at the same time. There's just constant content coming out. So keep an eye out, keep a lookout. Big up for the people that have been checked in for this stream. And yeah, until next time, we're out. Big up to the mods. Big up to the people then. And love, big love. Go show some love to E now. Bow, 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 bow.